Right now, the battle for Wisconsin continues as former President Trump stops in Prairie du Chien, going after Vice President Harris over the southern border and immigration. We break it down. Also, the Pack without Jordan Love the last two games, but will QB1 be back for their divisional showdown against the Vikes? Our Andrew Bancher joins us with the answer. And we're following Black Women Wellness Day as the gala is celebrated, highlighting healthcare equality. We take you there. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Former President Donald Trump returned to the Badger State today for the second time this month. Our Elia La Liberté was in Prairie du Chien with what Trump touched on.
President Trump speaking here in Prairie du Chien for roughly an hour and a half, and this set up here a key indication of the issue that took center stage, immigration. The Arts Arena in Prairie du Chien, decorated with mugshots and signs reading "End Immigrant Crime" and "Deport Illegals Now."
Millions and millions of people to come through our border and make our civilization very unsafe.
Discussing a specific incident in Prairie du Chien.
This vile monster was charged with holding a mother and daughter captive against their will and sexually assaulting them again and again and again. This animal crossed Kamala's wide open border.
That incident was allegedly committed by a Venezuelan immigrant, Alejandro Jose Cornel Zarate, who the police department says had fake immigration documents. Although he is believed to have an affiliation with a gang, the crime in Prairie du Chien was separate. Prairie du Chien police chief also spoke to the crowd, saying that Cornel Zarate is the only gang member the police have encountered.
Stone cold killers, drug dealers, gang members. Every country in the world is taking their worst people, their criminals that are outside of jail, the gangs that hurt people.
However, undocumented people are significantly less likely to commit crimes than citizens, according to a study from Northwestern University. And according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the largest criminal non-citizen conviction this year is nonviolent. That's illegal entry and re-entry. Trump calling out the other side of the aisle just one day after Harris's visit to the southern border, nicknaming her the border czar, calling her, quote, mentally impaired, and saying she should resign.
I watched this show that she put on. 4 years of the most incompetent border anywhere in the world in history. Kamala Harris traveled to the scene. In fact, she stood near where I put up border wall.
The former president also touching on the economy, foreign relations, and other issues, but hammering home on immigration.
This is more important than anything having to do with the economy. We'll make it better. We'll make the economy. This is something bigger in a sense, because this is the fabric of our country.
Trump showcasing a confident front for winning Wisconsin.
38 days from now, we are going to win Wisconsin. We're going to defeat Kamala Harris.
Ellie, thank you. His stop in Wanakee will be at Dane County Manufacturing, and his stop in Milwaukee will be at Discovery World. Again, those are on Tuesday. Trump also acknowledged the smaller venue and crowd size for today's event. Trump's remarks were originally meant to be outdoors at an airport, but moved inside due to security staffing concerns. That's because the Secret Service is working with the United National General Assembly. Cooler conditions are heading our way. Let's get a look at your first one forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze, you're outside. I'm stuck inside. How does it feel?
Thank you. Yes, we are here outside. You are there inside, and it is cool outside. A little bit windy at times. The leaves are still shaking on the trees, but it's very nice outside. We'll still get the occasional gusts, maybe upwards of 10, 15 miles per hour. But for the most part, clear to mostly clear conditions. We didn't get any of that rain that we otherwise thought we were possibly going to get from what was once Helene, but we just got the wind as well as the cloud cover, especially farther south and east. And what we saw today is primarily what we're going to see tomorrow, maybe just slightly warmer, where the winds where they're breeziest, closer to Lake Michigan, that's where they're going to be the breeziest tomorrow as well. Wind gusts, though, still further into parts of southern Wisconsin could be up to 10 to 20 miles per hour. But overall, the further we go into your Sunday, those winds are going to weaken because Helene and the remnants of her are going to continue to weaken as well. Tonight, 50s and maybe a few low 60s in Janesville, parts of Jefferson County, Walworth County as well. Monroe coming in at 58. Again, we are tracking cooler temperatures. If you've liked those tastes of fall that we've had, you're going to like Tuesdays and Wednesdays temperatures. But we quickly warm back up, so we'll track out what lies ahead for the end of September and the first few days of October coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Blaze, we'll see you then. And stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Weather Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. The Badgers are back from their bye week and are opening up Big Ten play out west. Sports anchor Andrew Bancher is here with the highlights. Andrew.
Yeah, Jalen, this was not your average Big Ten opener for Wisconsin. They're out in L.A. and Hollywood playing one of the conference's new members, the 13th ranked USC Trojans. It's a team that Wisconsin hasn't played in the regular season since 1966. The Badgers took a 21-10 lead into halftime. Braden Locke was brilliant, but the Trojans did something right at the break. They came back and scored 28 unanswered points, capped off by this Mason Cobb interception that he brought all the way back to the house. The brakes fall off for the Badgers after a great first half, and USC takes it 38-21 is your final. Well, Wisconsin falls to 2-2 on the season, and coming up in sports, we'll have much more on everything you need to know about everything in sports in Wisconsin, including an update on Jordan Love's status for tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds like good news. Looking forward to that one, Andrew. A driver is dead Saturday afternoon following a rollover crash near Portage. According to the Wisconsin State Patrol, the crash happened around 1:50 p.m. along Interstate 39 northbound at mile marker 109. The driver was operating a 2007 GMC Savannah van and was the only person in it. Further information about the driver and the cause of the crash were not released. Black Women Wellness Day celebrations wrapped up earlier this evening. Every year, the event gets bigger and draws more people from around the world. Tanisha Shaw is taking us inside the Monona Terrace Convention Center with more.
I'm here at the 16th annual Black Women's Wellness Day, where you can see behind me there's vendors and dozens of people here to celebrate Black culture. While they are celebrating, they're also using this moment to address critical issues. Lisa Payton founded Black Women's Wellness Day in 2009 after her mother passed away.
Age of 64 from congestive heart failure, and many women in my family and community. I knew upon witnessing and experiencing that that I had to do and say something about this pattern, which was impacting Black women in my family.
Turning pain into purpose to make sure Black women have equal opportunities to live a healthy life.
Here in Wisconsin, Black women face more disparities in healthcare quality, birth outcomes, economic, social factors. In fact, Wisconsin leads the nation top 5 states for racial inequality, and it has a direct impact on health and well-being. We have solutions. If the community comes together, centering Black women, we can solve it.
This year, the theme is Inform, Inspire, and Empower. Organizers had food, vendors, music, dancing, community, and a star-studded panel with both men and women advocating for health rights. In 2012, what started as a day expanded into a foundation, prioritizing women's health 365.
We believe that it is important that women are centered mentally and physically.
Giving you the opportunity to support the cause year-round.
Often, we provide services that are free at no charge, and that is done on purpose. But we ask that the community continue to support us because this work, it's not free.
Reporting in Madison, Tanisha Shaw, News 3 Now.
Tanisha, thank you. The foundation offers several free programs. We have a link with information on our website right now at channel3000.com. And coming up next on News 3 Now at 10, Hurricane Helene's impacts rage on in the southern part of the country. We take you to its damage and its lasting impacts. Plus, another check of your First Warn forecast is coming up when we return.
For 3 years in a row, Chevy has earned more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards than any other brand. Whether it's a high-tech SUV, the all-electric Equinox EV, or a truck for work or play, Chevy is America's most awarded brand for new vehicle quality. Qualified lessees can get this well-equipped 2025 Equinox LT for around $349 a month. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Fentanyl is killing over 1,000 people a year in Wisconsin. New reporting shows that Eric Hovde is doing business with a bank accused of links to the Mexican drug cartel. Banco Azteca loaded up $26 million in cash and flew it to Eric Hovde's bank in California. Other U.S. banks have cut ties with this Mexican bank, but Eric Hovde took their money. That's 26 million more reasons you can't trust Eric Hovde.
They produced yacht rock hits that defined an era. It's Ambrosia. Performing live October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. With special guest John Ford Coley. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Soft rock that rocked the yacht. Ambrosia, John Ford Coley, October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
It's here. Fun is here. Scenic boat tours are here. Beautiful walks along the river, they're here. Casinos, dining, nightlife, here, here, and here. And if you're looking for colorful leaves, they're everywhere around here. Hey, look at that over there. It's the kind of thing you'll find here. Beer here. Spas, they're definitely here. Wine is here too. Right here. Hey, check out these people here. It's just that time of year. Fall in Wisconsin Dells. It's here. Plan your fall getaway at WISCdells.com.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO.
Brian Stiles said he's proud of his extreme record. So why is he lying about it? Stiles said he was proud to be part of a group pushing to gut Social Security and Medicare, that he proudly supports abortion bans. And Brian Stiles said he's proud to be backed by extremists pushing a total ban nationwide. Peter Barca's backed by police, firefighters, and unions because Peter puts Wisconsin first, no matter the party, and that's something to be proud of.
I'm Peter Barca, and I approve this message.
Madison residents will have big choices to make in November over the future of our school.
We're talking about investing into our kids and into each other.
I'm breaking down the Madison school referendum questions, what they could mean for the district, and your tax bill. 3 for the People, Tuesday at 10.
Watching News 3 now at 10.
Thank you for staying with us. In Tennessee, flooding is so bad from the impacts of Hurricane Helene. The storm continues to impact parts of the country. Dave Malkoff has more.
In Tennessee, the flooding was so bad that 2 dams were at risk of failing. The city of Newport was evacuated, but both dams ultimately held.
Rescues have been made, attempts have been made. Some people are stranded on the roofs of their homes and places like that.
Yesterday, this hospital needed the help of the state police and National Guard to lift more than 50 people off of the roof. In North Carolina, the intense flooding caused by Helene was strong enough to wash away cars. First responders helping rescue more than 100 people.
Good points in the
Today, Georgia's governor toured the hard-hit city of Valdosta.
What it looks like from the air, I mean, it looks like a tornado went off. It looks like a bomb went off.
It was like all around the water, like it was like an island.
In Atlanta, Serena Rodriguez was asleep in this bed when she started floating. It was not a dream.
Oh, yeah, a nightmare mostly. Yeah, it was insane. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was in shock all the time. I was like, I never experienced anything like it.
I'm Dave Malkoff, CBS News.
Our thoughts are certainly with those involved in the hurricane, well, say goodbye to hot temps, hopefully. Let's get a look at your first one forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze.
That's right. And quickly, again, Helene is just one of 7 Category 4 hurricanes that have made landfall here in the United States since 2000, and one of 26 that have made landfall since 1900. So our last one was Ian back in 2022. Before that, Ida in 2021. We went 13 years without a Category 4 hurricane, from 2004 to 2017. And now Helene continues to weaken, but she is still essentially spinning over the same area, still bringing some rain, and obviously continuing to bring those flooding concerns and emergencies to parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, and states further to the south. But she's post-tropical and slowly pushing off towards the east at about 3 miles per hour. You can see her cone of uncertainty does not take her very far. But when she finally does break down, it's going to allow the jet stream to move back over parts of southern Canada into extreme northern parts of the United States. What does that mean for us? That means more systems are going to be able to move through parts of the Great Lakes. So watch as her circulation breaks down. You're going to see a spike in reds and purples to our north and west across to the Dakotas, because that next system is allowed to move out of Canada into the United States. This is our next cold front, which is expected to move through parts of Wisconsin as we head into your Monday night into early Tuesday. You can see it beginning to cut into western parts of our forecast area by about 10 o'clock Monday night. That means that we're going to cool on down, maybe squeeze out a shower, but it doesn't look too great. But again, we haven't been able to get systems to move through here, at least over the last few days, because of Helene and her remnants. So that high pressure system that's sitting off to our north, that's going to continue to move its way eastward as we go throughout your Sunday, continuing to also slowly push Helene's remnants off towards the south and east. There's the cold front. Here, it's trying to get some showers to move into extreme northern parts of Wisconsin by about Monday afternoon. Our best chance is going to be overnight into early Tuesday. Earlier model runs had the chance for rain extending further south. I never bought into that, and I still don't buy into it. I think we're just going to be, unfortunately, too dry. But this cold front does bring in cooler air as we go into your Tuesday and then further into your Wednesday as well. We're going to drop from the upper 70s to low 80s on Monday into the 60s on Tuesday, and we're going to stay there into Wednesday as well. Certainly drier air, so we're not expecting any rain from this. But as we look ahead to Thursday night into Friday, that's our best chance, I think, because a warm front starts to develop. But as you can see, over the next 7 days, if we do get rain Thursday night into Friday, it's going to be minimal to none. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be a lot of rain that we do otherwise need here still across southern Wisconsin. So unfortunately, we are beginning to enter into what looks to be a prolonged dry period over the next 2 weeks. Upper 70s to low 80s on Sunday, much like today, tomorrow, and even into your Monday. Sunny, upper 70s to low 80s. Still breezy on Sunday, less breezy on Monday. So get out and enjoy the fall colors on your Sunday, especially Richland County, as they're reporting some of those more patchy colors. I don't know what happened, full transparency, with my 7 and 10 day. The data just didn't want to align here. So this is the most updated, accurate. We could be into the 60s and upper 50s by not next week, but that following week, as some of our longer range models want to bring a big low into the area by that following Sunday.
It's all good. I mean, you know, earlier in the show, earlier today, we did have some technical difficulties. It happens, but speaking of those leaf changes, beautiful in Wisconsin. Looking forward to it.
It is, yes.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Blaze. The Falcon rocket blasted off from Cape Canaveral, Florida just a few hours ago to bring back 2 astronauts who have been stranded at the International Space Station. CBS's Manuel Boyorquez is at the Kennedy Space Center with more on their unique mission.
Engine full power and liftoff.
NASA astronaut Nick Hague and a Russian cosmonaut are now in orbit with 2 empty seats. Those seats are needed to bring astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams back to Earth.
This mission is bigger than any one crew. It's bigger than any one person. And so we've got a dynamic challenge ahead of us.
I'd like to extend our congratulations to the entire Crew 9 team.
Wilmore and Williams were part of the first crewed test flight of Boeing's Starliner capsule. And though it got them to the space station back in June, problems with its propulsion system prompted NASA to look for another ride.
This was not the very first option. We wanted to take Starliner to the completion and land it back on land at home. But, you know, you have to turn the page and look at the next opportunity.
But it meant bumping 2 astronauts off this mission, Zena Cardman and Stephanie Wilson.
I would be happy to give up a seat for them. If that is the safest thing, that is what's most important. We need to return them safely.
Even if all goes as planned, Williams and Wilmore will have to spend another 5 months in space because this mission is not set to return to Earth until next February. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Kennedy Space Center.
Fingers crossed for a safe return. Coming up next in sports, Andrew has an update on Jordan Love's status for tomorrow's game against the Minnesota Vikings.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here, in the places we were made for, you'll have to take our word for it. Find somewhere the internet's never been. With a family of Broncos designed to get you there.
Lease a new Ford Bronco Sport for $299 a month for 36 months, only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
What if you never had to worry about what you could do? Because you could do anything. What if all the things that get in your way were gone? So the only thing left was possibility. If anywhere could be the center of everywhere, and boundaries only existed to be pushed. If every single drop of potential could be made real. So the only limit you faced was how big you could dream. And say you knew there were like almost 100,000 people across the country, right in your town, committed to making that happen. Every day. What would you do then? Some pretty cool stuff, I bet. Yeah, that'd be some life. That'd be life unlimited.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses. And now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
What? No, these have at least a few 100 years left in them.
I think the kid needs his own. Get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's ours.
Wisconsin football spent the afternoon looking for their biggest win of the Luke Fickell era. After talking about wanting to show the football world who the Badgers truly are this week, after their loss to Alabama, they headed out to L.A. to play the 13th-ranked USC Trojans and their high-powered offense. Wisconsin couldn't have asked for a better start. Down 7-0. Braden Locke in for Tyler Van Dyke. He finds Vinny Anthony for a 63-yard touchdown. Explosive plays galore for Wisconsin, or at least one of them. It's better than what we've seen so far, and Braden Locke naturally excited. And then later, trying to show the Trojans how we do the Golden Hour here in Wisconsin, getting down and dirty on the ground game. touchdown. Tommy Walker, his second of the day, makes it 21-10 Badgers. But after halftime, man, everything changed. Midway through the fourth, USC leading by 3, and their QB, Miller Moss, runs in for a Trojan touchdown. That gave him a 10-point lead. It would only get uglier from there for Bucky. It really looked good in the first half, so we saw a sample size of something, but the Trojans outscored Wisconsin 28-0 in the second half. It's naturally a big blow for the Badgers, who fall to 2-2 on the season. In much better news, after missing the last 2 weeks with an MCL sprain, Jordan Love is expected to play in the Packers' NFC North opener tomorrow in Green Bay. Love suffered the injury in the final minute of the Packers' Week 1 loss in Brazil to the Eagles. In his absence, Malik Willis has been terrific, leading the Pack to back-to-back wins, but naturally, Green Bay thrilled to have their quarterback return, especially with the 3-0 Vikings coming to town. Wisconsin women's hockey tied an NCAA record in their season opener yesterday, scoring 8 goals in the first period. And to no surprise, they went on to win. They were back at it today. Just 1 goal in the first period in this one, so we skip to the second. Lacey Eden with the feed from Casey O'Brien goes right at the Lindenwood keeper and finds the twine. Just 14 seconds into the second period, gives a little shrug, and the Badgers up 2-0. Less than a minute later, Wisconsin back at it. This time, Marianne Picard on a breakaway. The goalie gets a piece of the shot, but it just wasn't going to happen for Lindenwood. Wisconsin wins it big. 8-1 is your final score. And Badger volleyball crossing state lines to play Northwestern, trying to bounce back from a loss to Minnesota. First set, and Sarah Franklin, she lets the Wildcats know what's up. Franklin finds the ground. She led all players with 11 kills in this one. And then later, Anna Smrek stretching all the way up there and puts it home. What a slam from the senior. Nobody but Smrek could make that one work. Badgers take it in straight sets.
Life isn't fair.
Brewers trying to finish the season strong. Tomorrow is their very last game of the year. Bases juiced in the fourth, and I know what you're thinking, but no, it's not a grand slam. Joey Ortiz's single, it does the trick. 2 runs score, and on a night where you shut out your opponent, that would be plenty of offense. Brewers go on to win it. 6-0 is your final score. Certainly a lot of directions that we could go with this. Obviously, Wisconsin football is a big topic. Let's talk Packers-Vikings tomorrow. That one's exciting, especially with Jordan Love back in the mix.
So for the entirety of the season, probably doesn't seem that big of a game, but if they're just simply trying to win it, even though Malik has played well, it's probably in the Packers' best interest in trying to secure that W to play Jordan.
It's going to be an exciting one and a challenging defense for Minnesota. Sam Darnold's looked good this season.
For sure.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Right here on CBS, by the way.
Hopefully a lot of fireworks going into tomorrow. All right, sounds good, Andrew. A final check of your first one forecast is coming up when we return.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is celebrating 55 years in business with the lowest prices on appliances and zero-interest financing for 55 months, plus weekly doorbusters and up to $300 in free groceries at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
I'm a 2-time Trump voter.
In 2024, I cannot support Donald Trump.
Trump is 100%
responsible for January 6th.
His treatment of women is just disgusting.
Trump called servicemen suckers and losers.
If Trump has a second term,
it will be much worse than the first.
Kamala Harris is a prosecutor.
He's a convicted felon. In 2024,
I will be proudly voting for Kamala Harris.
Republican Accountability PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Gas, groceries, school supplies, everything costs more. Eggs are almost twice as much as they were 4 years ago. Biden, Harris, and the Democrats keep telling us things are better. They aren't better. And Tammy Baldwin is making it worse. Raising taxes, running up debt, voting for spending that's driving inflation. 25 years in Washington and she's done nothing. It's time for a change.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics.
Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Dutch Boy, it's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Dutch Boy Paint.
Ashley's massive 55th anniversary celebration is on now. Get rock bottom prices on top mattress brands. Plus, our gift to you, 0 interest financing for 55 months. And weekly mattress doorbusters, only at Ashley.
The Packers battle the Vikings, Sunday at noon.
So, Andrew, we talked about it right before the break. Big game tomorrow between the Pack and the Vikes. She'll be up there in Lambeau tomorrow. What does Jordan Love and the offense have to do to get points on the board?
Yeah, I think that they need to find ways to make themselves comfortable. We're very familiar with the fact that the Vikings are going to try to make you uncomfortable, throwing all kinds of different things at you. For Jordan Love, I almost want you to play it like Malik Willis has been playing it lately. Keep it simple. Just get your plays in. Move downfield. The running game has been great. So it's going to be exciting to watch, and I can't wait for it.
I'm looking forward to that one, too. Blaze, a lot of stuff going on in weather, maybe?
No, actually quite the opposite. Breezy. Were you not listening when I just talked to earlier this
I said maybe. I covered my tracks. It's like saying allegedly in news.
Yeah. If you're going to go up to Lambeau tomorrow, it's going to be sunny, maybe a light breeze out of the northeast up in Green Bay. There's a look at your 10-day forecast. We're in the 60s Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for joining us. See you here tomorrow.